Okay. Good morning, black women. Outside again with my Naya girl. Naya, come on. We can cross the street. So, I came to tell you I have reposted a video today of another content creator who actually had posted a video. Naya, come this way. Of a couple of black males having a conversation. Some individual named Kenny P, who doesn't happen to be the sharpest knife in the drawer, because his conversation was extremely fucking stupid and ignorant. In short, before I start talking, I gotta just say the what I want to say up front, right? Black women, you really need to understand that there's something mentally wrong with these black males, okay? All of them. I'm gonna say that shit again. All of them. When we come on here and we're telling you that they don't want anything more but to literally be like slave masters to black women and children, that is really what their problem is. Now, we all know they're mentally conquered by white men, but this shit is getting ridiculous, right? To the point where you really need to understand that unless you just want to get hurt and you want to take the chance of one of them dudes taking your life, you need to not fuck with them at all, okay? They are literally having a conversation about wanting to be Mr. from the fucking color purple to women and children. You see how they're always on here talking about young girls and how they should chase after young girls? That's the whole point of why they want to chase after young girls. And they want women that are either as stupid as young girls or who can be manipulated like young girls to be treated like cecily, okay? This is the whole... Naya, sit still. I got to pick that up. This is the whole purpose of their conversations. The reason why they come online trying to convince you of marriage and head of the household stupidity and leaders and all this dumb shit that they are absolutely not, right? That's what it all comes down to. Hold on, let me pick up this shit. Sorry, y'all. So, but, all right, Nye, before we go further, let's throw this out. Come on. So, this is the deal, right? So while this dude, Kenny P, whoever the fuck that is, I don't know, but he sounded like an idiot even when he was talking. And the point that was crazy is that, you know how when a person talks, everything that they're subliminally thinking about comes to the front of their conversation because it's really what they want to say, but they can't say it because they're afraid that if they do say it, it will take away from the validity of their argument or make them think that people will be completely turned off from them because of what they're saying. And that's exactly what he was doing. Like 2 or 3 times in this ridiculous ass argument he made about women. You got to hear it too. If you go on my page and watch the repost, right? He wants women to be in a place of lack, right? To be in a situation where you don't have money, you don't have anything, and you need to be with these dudes in order to eat, sleep, and shit, right? So when you're listening to him, when you have a brain, you can't help but think, like, how stupid is this dude? Like, what woman in her right mind, and child for that matter, because every child is not stupid, especially every teenager, since all these motherfuckers are reminiscent of times when men were literally pedophiles fucking on children, right? So every child is not an idiot either, because when you think about the color purple, Nettie was not going for that shit, okay? She was not a cecily. So the whole conversation is them domineering, leering and lording over women and children. And every reference he makes when he's talking is, I'm not trying to say I want to be like Mr. in The Color Purple. Yes, you do, because you keep talking about that motherfucker. He is subliminally in your mind because that's who you want to be. But the thing that all these people do when they reminisce about times they never lived through is that they don't understand that that was actually a time you really don't want to go back to, ever. Even though we never will, because number one, we can't go back in time. We don't have time machines. Number two, women ain't built like that. We will kill you. We will literally kill you, bury you somewhere, and that will be the end of you. All that thinking you gonna strong arm somebody just because you want to, not gonna happen. No, not. You gonna get done up when you run up. And it's really that serious, okay? Because nobody is gonna allow you to be their master. Not gonna happen. So I have to put that out there, because they really romanticize times that they never lived in. I mean, they want to go back to times when their asses would be hanging from trees, mobs of white men would bust into their house, fuck them up, and do whatever they want to their women and children in front of them. Their minds don't work right. Don't work right. And that would never happen in this day and age, because we have family members as women that will come through that house and tear you a new ass. In addition to that, we will tear you a new ass. Because all of us are not like the many women on these platforms that are cowardly, afraid, don't have no training in hand-to-hand combat, knives, and guns. A lot of us out here like me and more that actually do have that, and that would not be out here playing with you at all. So that's a real big thing that they're not taking into consideration, you know? So I do not know what to tell you, but y'all need to get out of those fantasies, because you never are going to go to a time where you get to do what you want when you want to women and children, because women and children and other men who have brains in their head that operate right are not going to be having that. So you might as well give up on that shit, abort mission, because it's not going to happen. And then you forgetting all the time, nobody has to be with you. You live in a world where white people, religion, and whatever culture you believe in, right, has taught you or made you think that you have a right to be in a relationship with a woman. A woman don't got to be with you. Nobody has to. And they won't. Especially when you talking crazy shit like that. Ain't nobody gonna voluntarily walk into a burning building with you. Especially without a fire suit that protects them from catching on fire. And since that shit don't really exist, it's not gonna happen. So y'all are bugging. And you are once again living in your fucking delusional world. And it's very real. So black women, y'all better start realizing that what we women who are telling you to leave these stupid motherfuckers alone are literally saying to you is a reality. Stop thinking that the shit can't be you, because you see it happen to black women who are these platform couples every motherfucking day. Like, you only talked about one woman that literally got murdered on Father's Day, but it was a whole bunch of them in many different states. And it was a whole bunch of dudes that committed suicide on that day because they can't deal with reality. Because it is too hard of a concept for them to understand that if you want things the way you think you're supposed to have them, you have to change and be a better person. You can't strong arm women into wanting to be with you, needing you. Like, if they don't have you, they're not going to survive, just so you could be parting it up. That shit is not going to work, ever. Because before that woman has to be with you, she could always stay home with her mama, another family member, or live with a woman somewhere. She ain't got to be with you. And black women, you need to start making this known. We will never be forced to be with you because we don't have to. Black women are strong in the sense where we're going to make a way. We are the mother of ingenuity and innovation. We're going to make a way where there is no way. So it ain't never going to be a day. Even if the motherfucking apocalypse, anarchy, and the end of the fucking world coupled up or tripled up all together, you would never be in a position where you're going to tell us what to do, how to do it, and we're going to follow. We're not going to follow. A lot of us are going to take your lives, and it's going to be that simple. We are. Because we're not going to have anybody putting their foot on our necks for any amount of time. That's the reason why we don't fuck with you now. And it's going to get worse. Because we see you are ignorant beyond fucking repair. You are ignorant beyond hope. You are ignorant beyond any salvaging. Because the simplest thing that you can do is to educate yourself, grow your mind, change, and become a decent person. And that is the biggest fucking kryptonite to all of you dumbass black dudes on here with these stupid ass lives, videos, podcasts. You could talk to you blue in the face. That shit is not going to get the masses of us who you want to be under some digmatized spell. It ain't going to happen. It is not going to happen. We do not give a fuck about you like that. We out here living our lives. Those of us that know how to live in life, we know that our education and our employment that we've worked hard for to get educated to have is the only thing that is going to sustain and create the life for us we want. You are not a group of males that are men like other men in this world. You're not like white men, Asian men, Hispanic men, Arab men, etc. You're not like any of them. Those men do not have a problem understanding, their role in society and knowing that, damn, it's starting to rain harder now, knowing that they're supposed to take care of their families themselves, see the humanity in their children, their women, and act like a human being to the people they're in the room with. They don't have a problem with that. The majority of them don't. But you, as a collective, have a problem with that because you have a slave mindset. You do. You have been completely buck broken, and you really think that you still on a fucking plantation somewhere. But we ain't on that motherfucker with you. And we never are going to be. So, only thing I can say is, stay in your delusional world. You know, it's a shame that y'all are suffering from what is that shit called? A collective, what's that thing when you are separated from reality? Cognitive, what the fuck is that shit called? Oh my God. I forget. My mind ain't right today. But they're not sitting right in reality. They're worrying about lording, leering, and dominating and domineering over a woman, and in their biblical words, having full dominion over a woman and child, instead of having that shit over themselves and doing something with their fucking lives so they can have something in this world before they die. But what I want y'all to understand as black women is that these dudes are fully cognitive dissidents. That's what it is. Stop it. If I'm telling you stop, you stop. The thing is, right, what they're suffering from is this societal defined definition of manhood, where they believe that the value of who they are comes from having the right to dictate and tell women and children what to do when they don't want to do it. That's what their problem is. And when women and children say, no, we're not going along with that, they don't know what the fuck to do with themselves. Thus, the passport bros, the incels, the assholes of the world, and it just never stops. You know? Sorry, had to run across the street. It just never stops. But that is not women's fault, okay? That's not our responsibility, and most importantly, that's not our concern. Just keep in your mind, women, these guys have an alternative agenda to be involved with you. Their whole lot in life is to get in your house and become Mr. and try to make you silly with your money, your resources, your home, your children, your benefits, whatever it is that you have. They want to claim it as if it is theirs, and that the only right you have is to be some type of modern day silly slave to them, because if they don't get to act like Mr. or his father, then they don't feel like they're anybody in the world. But you don't have shit to do with that. Please live your life. And for those of you mothers with sons, do the same thing I did and understand that you don't need a man to raise a boy to be a man, okay? Or I should say you don't need a male, because none of them dudes are men, right? You don't need a guy in your house to raise your boy into a man. You have to have the right mindset. You have to understand that children need to be taught responsibility, dependability, reliability, resilience, self-confidence, self-esteem, and for them to have their independent thought process on lock, so that they're not out here following people to turn into idiots, get into gangs, go through some type of I'm going to prison like a revolving door, rites of passage. You don't need them believing in none of that. You need to condition their minds like I did my boys, that when you see these bums out here, that shit should be so aggravating, infuriating, and disgusting to you that you don't even want to talk to those people, so that you don't ever be enticed by them to do anything or become like them in any way. And it is very possible, because as the mother, you are the first teacher of that child. They literally see you as their God, because you are. Not only do you create them, give them life, and bring them into this world, but they need you for the first year to literally sustain their life, okay? Your breast milk, your emotions, your concern, your hugs, your kisses helps to develop everything they need to survive and to continue to thrive on their own. It builds their immunity, it builds their brain, it builds their body. They need you. You literally are their God, so you need to step up to the mantle and do what you're supposed to do to make better human beings in this world. Let go of this poverty mindset, this lack mindset, and this desire to want to be in the hood, want to live life through black love that doesn't exist, poverty, and in dysfunctional neighborhoods and communities. If you have the power to get out of that shit, do everything in your power to get away from it. When you live in a better life, a better neighborhood, a better housing situation, you don't have as much stress, you don't have as much illness, you don't have as many problems, and your life becomes better than you could ever believe. And it exposes you to other people that are on that same type of time, who show you other things that you were not even aware of. So sit still, stop messing with that dog. So y'all need to understand that they just want to hurt you because that makes them feel good. And if you allow them to live with you, deal with you, or be with you, you're going to end up most likely with your life taken, like that YouTuber or TikToker lady did, because the hate that dude had for her is the hate they all have for all of us. They have never cared about black women, and they never will. You don't see them out here demonstrating and fighting for our rights, fighting for what happened to Adriana Smith to never happen to another woman again. They don't care. All they care about is dominating you so they can feel like they're powerful. So hopefully they all get struck by lightning and black women don't ever have to worry about them again. But I guess that would be asking too much of the cosmos. But I'm going to keep asking for it every day. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Black women, please wise up. Stop preaching marriage, relationships, pregnancy, children, and cohabitation with fucking maniacs, psychopaths, and sociopaths. Because it is only ending up in the destruction of our children and our women. Here in New York City, in this 1 month alone, we had over 10 children that were murdered by black women's boyfriends that they had in their homes. And those women are either dead themselves or in jail for covering up the murder that those men did to their own children. Keep those motherfuckers out of your house and out of your life. Be well, black women. Listen to an old woman. She know what she talking about. She done lived through some things.